Hello students. Uh, as we have completed two chapters in our OCM subject, right? We are going to start with an overview of our very first chapter, that is nature and significance of management, right? Along with this video, I am going to send another video about the online test that we are going to conduct. Okay, right? You can go through that video and you can understand that how the test will be conducted. Okay, right? But before that, just go briefly to the chapter, right? I'm going to have an overview that what we have learned in the chapter. We have understood the meaning of management, that has been broadly explained by Mr. George R. Terry, that what is management is all about. Management is to plan and a control of 6M, like man, machine, method, material, right, money, market, and to provide leadership, coordination, and direction. That means guidance to whom? To the human efforts for the achievement of the objective, right? And a simple definition, one line definition given by Mr. Kunz O'Donnell, that is management is all about what? It is an art, getting things done through others. Okay, then nature of management, that it is what? It is a universal process, that it is applicable everywhere. It is not only about the corporate, or not only about that having in a company or a business, right? It is applicable everywhere. When two or more people will be working, obviously there is a need of management. Then it is a goal oriented activity. Why it is considered as a goal oriented activity? Because management, it starts with the goal, right? That it is about that the achievement of a predetermined goal, it will be there with the help of proper management. So management is going to what? Management is going to implement the work, management is going to implement the functions with the proper goal. It is a group activity. Why? As we have seen in the first point, that is when two or more people working, there will be what? There is a requirement of the management. Then it is a continuous process, right? That once the objective that has been achieved, new target, new objective that will be set, and accordingly the plan that will be done, new target that will be achieved. So management is a continuous process. It is not, it does not stop with the achievement of a single objective. Okay, then it is a human process. See, human is at the center of the management. Management is done by the human for the humans. Okay, then decision process, that various alternatives that will be listed out, and in management a proper decision that will be fruitful for whom? For the company, that will be taken. That is why it is considered as a decision process. Management is science. Why? Because it has a definite principles. Management is an art because it requires a specialized skill to implement the knowledge that a person is having. And management as a profession, that means like BBA and MBA, they are going to have a professional training, professional education, which will be helpful for whom? For the managers. Okay, then importance, necessary in every field, that we can connect this point with the characteristic or nature of management, that is universal acceptance, whether it is a sports, whether it is a religious field, whether it is an educational field, whether it is a company or anything, personal life or a professional life, we are going to require management. Optimum utilization of resources, that is there when I say optimum utilization of resources, it includes man and material. Okay, so with the help of proper management, the utilization of a skilled manpower and a limited amount of that material, that will be what? That will be utilized properly. Accomplishment of objective, management is done for what? Management is done for the achievement of the objective. So obviously the accomplishment of business objective, that is become easy. Then useful for the success of a business, if a proper management is there, then management, success of a management, that will give what? That will give the success to the business, right? If proper management is not there, then business is going to suffer a loss. Increase in job opportunity, that means there will be, when the growth or growth of a business or a development of business will be there, so obviously there will be what? There will be job opportunities that are going to increase. Increase in profit, we have learned in the 11th standard, any business that is done for the purpose of what? For the purpose of a profit, right? So management contributes maximum towards the maximization of wealth, and that will be done through increase in profit. Okay, social benefit, that customers, they are going to come from the society, employees, they are going to come for the society. So it is the moral responsibility of the business to contribute towards what? Contribute towards the social benefit. So a proper management, that will what? That will start working for the welfare of whom? Welfare of the society. National motive, it contribute towards the economic growth and the development of the country, of a nation. Fine. And how it will be done? That will be done through the proper utilization of the human resources. Okay. Then management is a science that we have seen. Okay, yes, management is a science. Why? Reason is simple, that it has a definite principles that we have learned in the second chapter, that definite principles are there, cause and effect relationship are there, it depends on the human behavior. And what George R. Terry says, it say that okay, science teaches one to know that theoretical knowledge that can be obtained through a proper science. Management is an art because it requires a specialized skill. Though you have a knowledge, everything, but you don't have that skill, you don't have that particular power to take decision, then obviously your knowledge is not going to work. Okay, so management is neither a pure science or art, right? It is the combination, it is a sweet combination of both, that is of science also and of art also. Then management as a profession. Why management is a profession? Because we have seen yes, there will be a specialized degree like BBA and MBA that will be worked out for whom? For the management professionals, right? And characteristics that we have seen, first, that is requirement of a specialized knowledge, that BBA, MBA, increase in knowledge and research, that a customer is going to get that maximum satisfaction, and they are going to give that every time a new idea through what? Through the research that they are going to do, and knowledge that is going to increase. Professional association, that is for management gurus or for the management professional, it will be like IIM, that is Indian Institute of Management. Okay, then implementation of code of conduct, that means the rules and regulation that will be what? That will be assigned or designed by the particular professional association. Moral responsibility, let us understand this with the example. If CA is there and one client is going to the CA, he is disclosing all his financial transaction to CA, so it becomes the moral responsibility of CA that he is not going to disclose any kind of that personal information to the third party. That is a moral responsibility. Okay, then levels of management. Now why there is a need of a levels of management? Because when there will be when the business is expanding, when the business expansion is there, so obviously what will be the requirement? That there will be what will be requirement of distribution of power, that is delegation of authority. And when delegation of authority will be there, there will be creation of levels of management will be there, mainly three: top, middle and bottom. What is top level management? That is, it includes board of director, general manager, CEO. Okay, and they are also known as higher level of management, and they have the supreme authority. Various functions that are being performed, okay, they are going to formulate the strategy, they are going to formulate the policies, right? They are going to act as a business trust, they are going to act as a trustee for the business, they are going to appoint CEO and the higher official, and delegation of authority that will be done by them. A specific strategic decision that will be taken by them, that they need to take care interest of the various stakeholders. They are going to what? They are going to solve the complex problem of the business. They are going to, that main task that will be what? That will be having the distribution of profit. Okay, what is the portion that goes into dividend, what is the portion that goes into the retained earning, and reinvestment of a profit, how it will be done, right? Constant supervision that will be done by whom? That will be done by the top level management. And to analyze the different kind of reports that comes from middle and the bottom level of management, so that they can come to know, okay, by what is the thing or what are the tasks that has been implemented successfully or not. Okay, then but middle level management, it is a connecting link between, or important link between, top and the bottom. Okay, and they are also known as officers level, like various departmental heads, they are going to come under this middle level of management, like production head, purchase head, etc., sales and a marketing head. Okay, then functions of a middle level management, right? What they are going to perform? Okay, by yes, they are going to implement the policy that has been given or instruction given by top level management. They are going to prepare budget of their respective department. They are going to motivate their employees that are working in the subdivisions. They are going to formulate plan and a policy in respect to their department, and it is limited up to their department, right? And they are going to what? They are going to have that they are going to do the help to whom? To the top level management in formulating the policy decision, right? They are going to take care of what? They are going to take care of the interest of their employees. They are going to coordinate with the other departmental officers. Okay, then bottom level of management, they are also known as supervisor level, functional level and the operational level, right? That work supervisors, jobbers and a foreman, and under them they will be workers, they will be working, right? And and they are going to play a very important role, because maximum administration that will be done by whom? That will be done by the bottom level of management. I have already explained the difference between management and administration while I was teaching this thing, right? That management that will be done by top level, and administration that means implementation that will be done by middle and the bottom level of management. Okay, right? Then various functions that will be performed, that is supervise the workers. They are going to plan the daily routine. They are going to involve in the maintenance and repairing of the particular machines. They will be follow the instruction given by top and a middle level. They are going to prepare the report. They are going to submit it to middle and the top level. They are going to forward the complaints of whatever the workers that they are facing in their daily routine work. That will be given to whom? That will be given to middle and the top level of management. Okay, then difference is there. Go through that difference. If you find it any kind of difficulty, let me know. Okay, it's a simple thing, it's nothing, it's just a comparison or a difference, right? Then functions of management, right? Before starting with functions of management, the definition of process is given, that when a series of functions that are going to perform by the particular management, that is called as what? That is called as a functions of that is called as a process, right? And that process will be helpful in what? That will be helpful in achievement of the goal. Okay, various functions that are performed, mainly planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. First is planning. Planning, that is what? That is planning is done for the period time, for the future period of time. Okay, and planning is concerned with the future, but statistical analysis that will be done on the past data. Okay, and apart from that, planning is a function of selection or a preference, because various alternatives that will be listed out in the planning, and they are going to select the best alternative which will give the maximum output. Okay, and planning is also considered as the base for whom? For the other functions of management. See, planning is not going to change the future, but it reduces the consequences, it reduces the risk of future. Organizing, it is a physical structure that is created for the assignment of authority and the responsibility, right? That a proper structure that will be designed by whom? By the particular expert person. Okay, planning is considered as your brain, and organizing, it is considered as a physical structure. Then staffing, it is what? It is a considered as the that limbs of the organization, or I can say that blood circulation into the human body, right? That when you have done what? You have done planning, you have done organizing, but you don't have that human resource to work, you don't have manpower, then obviously business is not going to work, right? Staffing includes recruitment, selection, promotion, transfer, training, that post retirement benefits, everything, right? They will be directly in concern with the bottom level and a middle level of management. Okay, and that contented staff, that is satisfied staff, they are going to what? They are going to play a very important role in the success of a business, right? That is why they are considered as the invaluable asset. Staffing nowadays, it is considered as human resource management, it is considered as the manpower planning. Okay, right? Then directing, that means to provide a guideline that is necessary at every level of management. Bottom level will be guided by middle, and middle level will be guided by top level. But when the top level management, they are going to what? They are going to have that particular confusion in their mind, then expert person will be called. Okay, so direction, guideline, it is required at every level of management, right? Whatever the function that you are going to perform, but you don't know how to do it, then everything is going to fail. Fine. Controlling, I have explained this thing, that there are two concepts are there, negative and a positive. In a traditional approach, it was considered as a negative concept. Reason is what? Because there was a provision of what? There was a provision of the punishment to the employees. While in a modern era, or in a modern scenario, it is considered as a positive concept. Reason is what? Because the corrective measures that will be taken, corrective actions that will be taken, and it will be considered that yes, there will be no repetition of mistakes again. Okay, fine. Then coordination, again it is an important thing that a management is need to do, that from planning to controlling, coordination is necessary. And coordination, that means to bring the harmony amongst the various different activities performed by the departments. Okay, right? Characteristics are like that management not possible without coordination, whether planning and controlling or applying to controlling, it is not going to possible without coordination, right? It is required at every level of management. How it coordination will be done? Through effective communication, right? And coordination is not possible without cooperation. Cooperation, that means कि yes, that comes from within, that comes from that voluntary, right? कि yes, I want to support my co-worker, I want to support my colleague. Okay, then coordination, that maximum utilization of resources become possible, that man and a material. Then importance, that it brings the harmony between the various functions of the management, as well as the most important thing, that is what, that no work is remain incomplete and no duplication of work will be there, right? Every activity will be done in an easy manner. Departments, they are going to develop the harmonious relationship. Then there will be balance between order and a time. Okay, suppose for an example, a sales department, they are going to set a target of 2000 units to sell, so they need to what, they need to coordinate with whom, with the production department. Okay, by the end of the month I need 2000 units, right? So end of the month, that means there are still 13 days in the May month, and time, that is fixed, 13 days, and order, that is 2000 number of units. So it maintains a balance between time and order. Then predetermined business objective can be accomplished. Obviously coordination, that will help, or that will help in the achievement of the business objective. Okay, now functional areas of management, that whatever the functions that we have learned, in which area it will be implemented. So first is marketing management. Marketing management is done for what, for the to know the customer preference, taste and preferences, and they are going to know the asset in the demand, how demand will be in the market, right? And it can be known through market research, right? They will be going to the door-to-door marketing. Yes, how much thing that you are going to need in a specific product, what is the quality of product of that you are going to desire, and everything. Okay, right? And it can be done through distribution channel, through particular packaging to attract the customer, right? Everything that will be done. The main objective of marketing management is what? It is to provide the satisfaction to whom? To the customer. Okay, main four functions are there. Product, that is product mix, it includes weight, size, say packing, after sales service, right? How it is different from the other competitors, right? That comes into the product mix. Second, price, reasonable price that will be decided, so that producer can also gain profit, and customer, they can get satisfaction by paying a less price. Okay, distribution, what is distribution? That is direct and indirect selling. Direct selling, that means customer, there will be directly contacted through salesman. Indirect selling, that means it will be like producer to agents, agents to wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer, and then customer. Promotion, that means to spread the awareness, that is advertisement of the particular product, that through it, that television advertisement, through radio. Publicity, that means word to word, mouth to mouth publicity, that if I'm using some product, if I'm satisfied, and I will be telling my friends and relatives, that is what it is, a publicity. Then HRM, human resource management, it is the new concept that staffing nowadays, it is known as what? It is known as the HRM, that is human resource management. Human resource management, it includes recruitment, a broad recruitment process, right? Scientific recruitment will be there, scientific selection will be there, proper training, promotion, transfer, everything. They are going to solve the problem of the workers. They are going to solve that daily routine problems of the employee. They are going to maintain the human resource for a longer period of time in the company. Characteristics are there, like recruitment, includes recruitment, training, selection, everything will be there. Then they are going to what? They are going to help in the accomplishment of the objective. They are going to increase the satisfaction of the employees, right? They are going to be considered as the valuable asset for the business. Proper training it will be given, proper evaluation of a performance will be there, and most important, that is they are going to focus on reducing the labor turnover rate. What is labor turnover rate? That is the number of employees that are leaving the company for during the specific period of time, say for 1 year, that is called as labor turnover rate. Okay, right? Then to provide a proper atmosphere for working, so that their morale they can be boosted. Importance, efficiency will increase with proper training and satisfaction. When efficiency is going to increase, obviously profitability of a business is going to increase, because less error and a less wastage will be there, right? That maintain reputation, that means credit worthiness of the company, that is going to increase. Okay, then maintains the quality. When less error will be there, worker is efficient, satisfied, obviously the quality of the product that is going to improve, right? They are going to develop the feeling of oneness. There will be reduction in the labor turnover rate, right? Then there will be having a maximum utilization of the resources, right? And job satisfaction, it will lead to what? It will lead to the industrial peace. Okay, financial management, that is that acquiring the finance, that how much finance that is going to be required for the business, what are the sources that are available, utilization of those resources, And last, that is that main thing, allocation of resource, allocation of finance, right? What are the functions of the financial management? That is to estimate the need of the business finance, right? To plan for the finance, to prepare the budget, that is they are going to demand from the middle level management and going to prepare that proper estimation will be there, right? There will be having a proper decide capital structure, by they are going to have that equity share preference share, debenture, borrowed fund, or whatever will be there. Then they are going to what, they are going to focus on the process of the acquiring the finance. They are going to make efforts for what purpose? To utilize and control the finance properly, to decide the financial policy, whether what will be the credit policies, what will be the sales policy will be there, plan for taxes for the government, and to make arrangement of the assets. Okay, production management, that is what? Okay, production, what do you mean by production? That conversion of a raw material, is the process of conversion of raw material into finished goods with the help of human effort. That is called as what? That is called as a production. And to complete this production, what kind of plan that will be then? What will be coordination? That is plan code is going to be required, controlling that is going to be required. That is called as a production management. Functions that are performed like to decide a production plan, whether it will be large scale or a small scale production. Production research will be there, so and so that cost price per unit that is going to decrease when a production research will be there, and product quality that is going to improve, right? Product development and a product mix, that is weight, size, shape, packing, that can be different from the competitors. To select the new technology, that innovative technology that can what, that can prove more maximum beneficial to the producer, right? To select that particular, to carry out the work for the location and the layout, at easily availability of raw material and the transportation will be there. Okay, and to estimate the need of the material, that is raw material, and proper necessary things. Production control and a quality, that is going to be there, right? When production will be controlled, obviously the quality it can be maintained. Control over the expenses, that is going to what, that is going to help in what, that is going to help in reducing the cost price per unit. Introduce that variation and the simplification in production, key, yes, there will be what, simple process will be there, and a standard procedure that can be obtained. Okay, right? Just go through this chapter, right? Read it. If you have any doubt, let me know. With this video, I'm going to attach one more video about the online test that we are going to have tomorrow. There will be 2 to 3, timing will be 2 to 3. Okay, fine, thank you.